not guilty to narco-terrorism charge.
While in business news, NGX market capitalization hits 100 trillion naira.
In sport, Mahrez and others top Man United's coaching list.
While in entertainment news, Akindele's behind the scenes hits 1.77 billion naira at box office.
Do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, we are Voice of the People TV. And on other social media platforms, we air at VOP TV Live. If you witness news happening near you, we want to hear from you. Send your eyewitness reports, event coverage requests, photos and videos directly via WhatsApp to 08146064057. You can also reach our newsroom by email at news@vop.ng. I am Nenna Ndomdioto.
And I am Vivian Uguche. Thank you for watching.
To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy. Join us as we dive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and analysts. Get first-hand information into the decision-making processes that affect our daily lives. Highly engaging one-hour program that brings political discourse into focus.
I am Chukwuma Okoro.
Political Lens, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Join us.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not spin. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live on SLTV channel 264. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice. VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
The cradle of black civilization. What are you waiting for? Tune in, bro.
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Voice of the people. You can hear me now. My name is Patrick Doyle, and I wish that you continue to echo the voices of the people. Big up VOP TV.
My name is Suibifa Dokubo. Please keep watching VOP TV.
Hi, my name is Kwekumali Ikenda Onyekwena, and I am with the Voice of the People TV. Now, if you're looking for the veritable channel for information, politics,
It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and we welcome you to Voice of the People Television. Now, the program is VOP This Morning. Today is the 6th day of January 2026. We are gradually settling into the year 2026. The year has a lot of promises: politics, economy, security, Human Development Index, and all of that. So we are just hopeful that, look, both the people and the government of Nigeria will do the needful to ensure that we move this country forward. Now, on the show today, we have lined up very interesting stories. And in the next 2 hours, these are the major stories and other interesting trending stories that we'll be discussing. Now, ADC blasts President Tinubu over silence on Venezuela situation, accuses him of being afraid to defy Donald Trump. Away from that, police detained Port Harcourt pastor over alleged plot to assassinate FCT Minister Wike. Intensify manhunt for ex-Rivers SSG. EFCC declares Yaya Bello innocent of 80.2 billion naira fraud case. Now, what EFCC is saying that, look, he is innocent until proven guilty by a law court. The case is still in court. Now, these are the major topics of discussion, but we also have other interesting trending stories. I am Chukuma Okoro, by the way, and thanks for joining us.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much for joining the conversation this morning, and it promises to be insightful, interesting. All right. And I am Moses Humphrey. Now, talking about other conversations, let's dive into some other conversations that Nigerians are having. Now, a member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Bamidele Salam, has condemned the alleged harassment, unlawful detention, and public humiliation of a local government worker, Taiwo Adebayo, in Egbedore local government area of Osun State. Well, he described the role of the Nigeria police force in the incident as shameful, despicable, and a gross violation of the Constitution. Reacting to a viral video and photographs on social media, Salam, who represents Ede North, Ede South, Egbedore Ejigbo Federal Constituency of Osun State in the House of Representatives, accused certain politicians of allegedly acting with police backing, abusing power, and undermining the rule of law within local government administration in the state. He called for immediate corrective action by the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, including the withdrawal of officers from what he described as illegal duties in local government secretariats in the state. So this feels more like a clampdown of local government officials. And this is coming on the heels of the local government autonomy and, things like that. And you start to wonder, is it that some individuals are trying to assert themselves on the local government officials, letting them know that, look, we have, and this also brings to fore the question of state police and the position of some individuals that, look, if this is done, politicians within the state will use it against certain other politicians. It just buttresses the fact. Now, the issue of there's a video I saw. I wish we could actually share this with us. We just might be able to share this one. It was sent to me by a colleague in Benin City. The video showed an individual who is physically challenged, and he was complaining about his vehicle being impounded. I mean, I'm speaking about police
brutality,
security agencies. Yes, police brutality, security agencies taking laws into their hands. I mean, these are people who ordinarily should be upholding law and order, but they take laws into their hands, taking basically protecting certain individuals, especially the political class, against other Nigerians who they perceive as downtrodden. Well, now this particular issue is that of an individual who is physically challenged. And, about the way he branded his vehicle. I don't know. Some might see this as a little too much. Some might say, he probably shouldn't have branded his vehicle that way, but it's his vehicle. And then he wrote certain things on the vehicle. President Tinubu.
Yes, I would like you to read out the certain things that he wrote.
We might need to see for ourselves, this particular one. It might be coming up on your screen very shortly. He said a lot of things. He branded his vehicle, in a funny way, rather. The president is the worst president in Nigeria. The judiciary, don't have interest in the people. Now, the issue is not about the branding. It's the fact that he complained on social media, and that video went viral, that while he was driving, or while his driver was driving, DSS officials blocked him, acted like I think they kind of brushed his car and came out, acted like they wanted to assist him or something, and they took the car keys and drove off. Isn't that stealing?
Of course it is.
He drove off with the individual's car to an unknown destination with no explanation. And he just like that. And now the individual is saying that, look, he will continue to speak up, against government. Now, do you think it was wrong? I mean, you've seen the video.
Yes, sir.
And we'll have this one. It should be coming up on your screen very shortly. Do you think branding a vehicle like that is against the... I think it's something should be done?
No, it's not against the government. It's not against the government.
Yes, that's it on the screen. 365 days, Bati. Is that Bati or Rati?
Right.
Tinubu is the worst president. And then there's another. Nigerians are hungry, basically. And then the other side of the vehicle is a part where he wrote judiciary, something. Now, this is a vehicle that he said. Now, if we can, we would like to take a minute and listen to what the individual said. So we hear from the man himself, if we can. There's a video where he actually spoke up. So, but you see, is this justiciable? Can he be taken to court for this?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's actionable. Of some sort. Is it defamation of character that is the worst president? I don't know the final points of the law, but as far as I'm concerned, it's but if you feel strongly, about what he has done, you just go and paint your own and say that Tinubu is the best president. So it becomes a form of contestation, between Nigerians to now decide, whether Tinubu is the worst president or the best president. But now this speaks to the clampdown we have in society. When people make certain statements against people that are serving in government, you know, they are harassed, they are hounded, you know, by security agencies. Meanwhile, you see other people praising the same people even without
inducement.
No, not without inducement. I mean, without when you see people that praise the president without, I'm looking for the appropriate word to use now. You know, without results or without validation.
Okay.
You get the point. Now, somebody says, oh, the president has done so well. Inflation has dropped from 33 to 12%. Yet you cannot verify it. You can't see it. So there's that gap between perception and reality. So I think the government is, and when you do this kind of thing, it's more like trying to bring up underdogs. They have made this man popular now. You know, they have made him popular, and Nigerians have come to know, look, it is possible to brand. Very soon, they will start seeing T-shirts like Tinubu is the worst president, or Tinubu is the best president, and things like that. So it has generated controversy. It has generated discussion.
Is that bad publicity? All publicity is good publicity.
Oh, I mean, you know, it has generated some kind of publicity. So you will see a level of contestation now between people on both sides of the divide. You know, oh, he's the best and he's the worst. Now, this speaks to what will happen in 2027, because the election will decide whether he's the best president or he's the worst president. So I think the clampdown is unnecessary, and given the fact that they even had to do it to somebody who is physically challenged.
That is my grouse in all of this. I mean, it worsens it because
situation.
How do you expect this person to go from one place to another?
Without
if he was able to get the vehicle to move around. And he also said something like his generator is in the, is in the vehicle
boot.
Because he takes it from a house to
office
shop where he uses it.
So basically, business now, business has been shut down temporarily, albeit, So, but who knows? Who knows?
Like
when he will
trampling
find
on the
his
rights of an
I'm
individual.
telling you, like I keep saying that. Look, you don't measure the strength and stability of a society by how it treats the rich and the wealthy, but by how it protects the vulnerable. And look at this person we are talking about. He's vulnerable, physically challenged.
Let's have that video for a minute or two.
Okay. Yes.
Let's have the video for a minute or two. That's the individual, and let's just take a listen to his complaints here.
Go back. Let me show where. You don't start on the video.
I did start on.
You don't start on.
Yes.
Okay. So my people, as you can see, I'm a physically challenged person. So for my country, probably I say people don't feel they speak truth again for my country again. But the things where they go on for this country, probably I say they call it frustrators. Probably I say people where they do small things. Government will always go, probably try to frustrate the youth. When make the youth not feel they work, they do anything. I get one car when I buy. Just to express myself, I had a feel for inside body. Now brand. Now right now Tinubu is the worst president. Nigerian pastors have failed us. No judiciary in Nigeria. Nigerians are hungry. Right after that. Many people they know say this thing when I ride for this car. Now waiting I know say they pay me for body. Waiting people they go through to shock una. Last year, beginning of last year, I pay ransom for person where they go school. When we go school, kidnapper for road. Come pay ransom for $1 outside. Now we go pay ransom. So it not reach anything now. DSS use trick, come carry the motor from my hands. They just come, hit the motor bike. Say they hit the motor. Before I know what they happen now, before they come out. I can't say me person want to try help me come out the car for road. Because they cannot even do road. Una go invite me, say come, we need to question you. Now so I know say learned places they do things. You invite the person when you know say you see something wrong. You invite the person not will come. Then you can take action. DSS don't invite me, they just come, round the motor up, collect the key for the boy hands. If I know what they have, they just zoom the car away. Till now, I don't know where the car go. Whether at the office or whether anywhere the car go, I don't know. It's in an order from government. And before that thing happen, when I say take because that place I'm not there long. My friend just stopped me. He make you just say hi to her, buy me motor. I greet. And I say, I am surprised. I see governor motor pass. They go a Kenwa road. If I know what they happen, now that accident they happen. And they carry my motor till now. So it mean I say this country I know if speak out for waiting that they go through. Not be say government they assist me. Not be say government they assist physically challenged. So if you speak out again for this country, na problem. Okay, now they start am. So waiting they start. And they say that they can't boil fire for my body. So now I want to start the fire.
There you have it. So now you heard the man's testimony, basically indicting the governor.
Yes, it speaks to the level of frustration, the man has passed through before he was able to,
express himself
in that manner. And a lot of Nigerians feel that way too. A lot of Nigerians feel that way. But beyond that, I think I'm more worried, I'm equally worried about what Edo State is gradually turning to. Governor Monday Okpebolo. Monday he runs the state like an emperor. Look at what happened to Obaseki. What's his name? What's his first name?
Don Pedro
Obaseki. Look at what happened to the other guy in the UK. The person that they cornered somewhere, assaulted him and all of that. So it speaks to, and the governor says, look, I'm doing this for the president. I promised the president 2.5 million votes in 2027. If the president doesn't win Edo State, I'm going to resign. So Okpebolo is gradually running the state like an empire, where he is an emperor. And it speaks to, he is gradually, the opposition space in Edo State is gradually shrinking. It shrinks every other day. Unfortunately, when these things spin out of control, Edo State might just, be in conflagration. So he should watch it. People that listen to him or people that he listens to should give him advice. I think he's taking it a notch more than necessary, to ensure that, look, that he delivers for the president in 2027. But for police brutality, unfortunately, that is what we see. Now, these same police will come back after, I heard you the other day say you don't pity them when they are old and when they are gassed and all of that. And because that is what the society feels about the Nigerian police. Look at what happened during NSAS, Nigerians were even protesting for better welfare for them. They were the very people that came and killed people. I recall I told you a story about one young man who was killed then in Enugu. The guy ran into an enclosure. Unfortunately, they got close to him, shot him, and he died on the spot. My parishioner, choir master in my parish. And that was how that young man, in his early 20s, I think 23, 24, that was how he died.
If you have encountered them, you will not pity them.
Honestly.
I don't know if I've told you, there was a time, there was terrible traffic in Lagos. And fortunately for me, I was driving around Obalende axis, heading towards Yaba. And then I saw some policemen on the road. And I felt, okay, these are serving the nation. These men are serving the nation. Let me help them. They flagged me down and pleaded. And I said, okay, yeah, come inside. So I had about 3 of them at the back, 1 in front. Basically, my car was filled up with policemen. And I took them all the way to Yaba. And we were gisting and laughing. Oh, you're a press man. We talked and everything. Got to Banti. They alighted. And then I had not moved 3 feet from where they alighted. I was flagged down by another policeman. And he said, oh, you have tinted glasses. That was a long time ago. That was, I think, 2011 or thereabout.
Okay.
Oh, you have tinted glasses. You're not supposed to have tinted glasses. I'm like, oh, apologies, but this was how I got the car. And then those I picked up came there, looked at me, and walked away. I said, sorry, talk to your guy. At least allow me. They say, okay. You said, you're not supposed to get tinted glasses now. And they walked away. And they impounded the vehicle. It took me calling someone from the office of the PPRO for them to let me go. And before I could get through to this individual, it took a while. So I was there for over an hour. And they were like, oh, you have to remember. I'm like, this is how I got it. And then finally, I got through to the office of the PPRO, and then I was let off the hook. And I told myself I would never assist them again.
Yes. I think I've experienced that too. I once give 2 policemen leave, Record City. And at the end of the day, you know what happened? In the middle of the journey, they said, I hope your particulars are in order. Unfortunately, that had expired. You know, I ended up paying. You know, I ended up bribing them to let me go after dropping them at the police station. So, and Nigerians have this kind of experiences, you know, with the Nigerian police.
And then you hear the police is your friend.
And you hear police is your friend, bail is free and all of that. Quite unfortunate. Well, I hope that they're able to recover this young man's car and give it back to him. I mean, if they think that if they feel strongly that he has offended the president, probably they'll just ask him to rebrand the vehicle and all of that, instead of having to seize the vehicle, scramble his business, and, you know, even his movement, because it's physically challenged. Now, let's move away from that story. The presidency has denied using an AI-generated image to depict a meeting between President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Rwanda's President Paul Kagame. Well, further controversy has erupted over viral images purporting to show Tinubu in a meeting with Kagame in Paris, after observers flagged the pictures were likely generated by artificial intelligence. The photographs, which were widely circulated on social media on Sunday, bore a visible watermark from Grok, a generative AI chatbot developed by Elon Musk's company, XAI. Well, this has raised questions about the authenticity of the reported meeting. The meeting was first disclosed by President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononoga, who posted about it on Facebook. Reacting swiftly in a statement on Monday, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Temitope Ajayi, said the image was not AI generated. Well, he stated that the photographer only used Grok to improve the picture quality, as it had been taken with a mobile phone and was blurry. I think all these explanations are quite unnecessary. I don't know why is he meeting with Paul Kagame, and we raised this issue on the political lens yesterday, whether it was with Paul Kagame or whether it was with Yoweri Museveni of Uganda in Paris, where they met. And now, before now, we didn't know that our president was even in Paris. We were told that he went to Europe, and from there he would drop by at UAE for the sustainability summit, and come back to Nigeria. Nigerians are asking, in the middle of this crisis, we have a president that is absent. We have a president that Nigerians are second guessing, you know, hazarding guesses. Oh, he might be in UK. Oh, the president might be in Paris, and we see him with Paul Kagame. To what end? What were they discussing? Are they discussing? I understand that, yes, Paul Kagame is someone who's stayed in power for a while after he routed out it's a long story.
Hutus and
Tutsi genocide and all of that. He was culpable too, because he also killed some Hutus, you know, in that very incident. But that is not the issue. So, but over time, he's been able to reinvent Rwandan economy. But people that understand Rwanda closely,
is it democracy they are practicing now?
It's their own brand of democracy.
Their own brand of democracy.
Their own brand of democracy. Like we have the Chinese brand.
Kagame has stayed in power for way too long.
That's what I'm saying. He's been there, and every I think this is about the 5th or 6th term.
So is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu trying to learn how to say
that was the question I asked yesterday. So whether it is with him or with Yoweri Museveni, and you know that Museveni has been in power for a very long time too. The son is the chief of defense staff, the daughter is the minister of this, the other son is this and all of that. So is he trying to understudy, you know, their models? That was the question I asked. I'm not saying, I'm just asking, you know. And so in all of this, I don't think that it helps the average Nigerian to know that, look, our president held a meeting with Paul Kagame. So what is he learning from him? Is he going to learn? I understand that Rwanda now, they are very well in IT. But give it to him, he has been able to scale the Rwandan economy. You know, coming from a war situation, you know, there are theorists who believe that war is a good thing. You know, but we won't get into all of that. That war actually scales development and all of that. But in this case, what is our president doing? We wish to see him discuss with Donald Trump. Let him go to the Oval Office, you know, and discuss with Donald Trump about how to, you know, solve the problem. In Nigeria, insecurity, build up our economy. We expect him to go to countries that are doing well. Sweden, Denmark, Norway. These are countries that on the first state index, they have remained on that sustainable category for over 10, 15 years. So what are you going to learn from Paul Kagame or from Yoweri Museveni? Whether the picture is AI generated or what, and they are making all these defenses. Now, if you go and look at that picture, it will be able to tell you. If you use a particular app, it will tell you whether it was AI generated.
Do they use Grok to
to edit pictures.
There are other things you can
There are
use
other
to
things,
edit
there are other
pictures.
apps that you can use to do
I
that.
mean,
So
without
it's just,
mentioning apps here, there are a million other apps that you can use, you know. But and then what phone? When you ask yourself these, what kind of phone would you use?
I'm telling you that sometimes the people who defend the president,
has
don't
a
even do a
cameraman.
good job of it. They don't do a good job of it.
The president
They think of us as fools or idiots.
And why the need to even prove yourself?
Why?
Why the need to prove that no, it's not this, it's that? If you haven't done anything shady in the first instance. And yes, you made a valid point when you said, what is the president doing having breakfast? Or is it lunch or dinner in faraway Paris, where Nigerians are being kidnapped back home? It's the beginning of a new year, and Nigerians are complaining. I mean, it's just the 6th day in the year, and there are killings going on. Banditry and ransom taking has not ceased. It's still happening.
They have even doubled down.
Yes, and the president is having breakfast, lunch, dinner.
He's absent. Nobody knows where he is.
And you're trying to defend. I mean, I think the president's handlers can do better.
No, they have.
And the president should make it easy for them. I don't think he's making it easy for them.
No, I think they are making things difficult for themselves.
He puts himself in a position where they will have no choice but to start being defensive.
No, I think they make it difficult for themselves. If president has gone to,
you don't need to put out the pictures.
No, if the president has gone probably for a vacation, for Medicare, to school or whatever.
Just say it.
Just say it. Nigerians will understand. People fall sick. I've been under the weather for a few days now.
Exactly.
Look, Condoleezza Rice, Secretary of State, went a procedure for fibroid. Americans knew about it. It didn't take away her humanity from her. It didn't make her
Is it the African in us that makes us shy away from talking about our health? Because even the president of the Senate was alleged to have been sick and flown out of the country, and he denied it. But whoever put it out was speaking assuredly that, look, this is valid information. I'm not going to name my source, but yes, I did put out this information.
The person that...
If you're sick, go get treated.
Moses, about the Senate president, if you had watched him when even alighting from the aircraft, you know that the man is sick. He's added a lot of weight. He finds it difficult to, put steps here and there. The man is sick. It's as simple. Anybody can fall sick.
Anybody can
fall sick. Joe Biden underwent surgery, and within those few minutes, he transmitted power to Kamala Harris. And she became acting president for like just 10, 15, 20 minutes. What is wrong in that? Probably it's the African in us, like you asked. It could be the African in us. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die.
King Charles also had
cancer.
Treated. And then, it was all in the news. Oh, how he prefers herbs to orthodox medicine and the rest. It was all in the news. But in Africa, in Nigeria, we would always, deny that, no, you're not sick. You're not superhuman. The body can be frail. You can fall sick. And when you
fall sick, and if the president has gone to acquire further education, what is wrong in that?
What is wrong?
When Gowon was overthrown, he went to UK. Came back. He said, I don't like small letters beside my name, FSI, PSI, and all of them. And he came back with a PhD. Dr. Yakubu Gowon. So what is wrong in that? And if he's vacationing, he's entitled to it. Let Nigerians know. A company could be crumbling and the CEO decides to go on vacation. Well, the staff will judge him. So Nigerians will judge him depending on what he has gone to do in Europe.
Oh.
I don't get it, honestly.
Oh, I can even see the group by the side of the picture there. Oh well, let's move away from these conversations. Let's run to the papers now. Let's tell you about stories that have been published. The Punch has a few of these headlines. 2027 battle. Rivers crisis escalates as top APC governors back Fubara. APC secretary, FCT minister clash over Rivers governor. How Imo politics sparked Wike APC rift. All right. And then some of the headlines here. Nigerians cut household spending by 14 trillion naira as inflation bites hard. Insurgency, AU extends Nigeria, others, joint military operation. Sahara Group eyes 7,000 megawatts in major power sector push. Joshua may quit boxing after car crash. That's unfortunate. Venezuela. Maduro arraigned in U.S. court amid protests. He pleaded not guilty anyway. Well, those are the headlines from the Punch newspaper.
Now, let's quickly run through the Daily Independent. Afenifere laments kidnappings in Ondo, Kwara, Ogun, Osun, others. NGX market caps hit 100 trillion naira, signals investor confidence. I'll take that again for clarity. NGX market cap hits 100 trillion naira, signals investor confidence. Now, the big story. Resign as minister to face Rivers politics. APC scribe tells Wike, now the harder they come. And with the riders, wants him not to destabilize Rivers APC. Says support for Tinubu doesn't make him APC member. Cheap blackmail has become Wike's stock in trade. Minister cannot bring the spirit of PDP into APC. Now, this is huge. Court denies Bauchi commissioner, others bail in $9.7 million terror financing case. Harassment of governors, assault on federalist structure, Bode George. I'll take that again for clarity. Harassment of governors, assault on federalist structure. That's coming from elder statesman, Pat Bode George. Magistrate, customary courts in Ondo short over poor remuneration. Maduro tells U.S. court, I'm not guilty, I'm a decent man. Return to confront emergencies facing Nigerians, article tells Tinubu. Nigeria's 2026 agri growth hinges on policy, technology, orders. And the bottom strip headline, Tinubu names 21 board members for NUPRC, NMDPRA. That's all from the Daily Independent.
And that's pretty much how far we could go right now on newspaper headlines. Much later, we'll dive into the papers proper. That's a newspaper review. But in the meantime, let's get into the conversation now. ADC blasts President Tinubu over silence on Venezuela's situation, accuses him of being afraid to defy Donald Trump. You're taking a jab at the president. Well, let's extract all of this conversation. What's going on in Venezuela, the stance of Nigeria, and the stories around it. Let's dissect all of this in a minute. Stay with us.
From the views on the street
we go to bed empty hunger
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business,
entertainment, and cultural documentaries. Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
On Edu Dialogue, we bring you fresh ideas and conversations, shaping the future of learning in Nigeria and beyond.
Good morning! It's the start of a beautiful day. Well, start your day right with a healthy dose of news, fun, and inspiration. Join us on VOP this morning for the latest news, trending topics, and uplifting stories to set your day on the right vibe. From news and current events to lifestyle and entertainment, you are covered.
VOP This Morning, 8 a.m., Monday through Friday.
Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I, from social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more, tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count. In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television. Don't just react, understand.
2564 is coming up on Burning 9 right now. The 2564 Atlantic Tower.
What happens in the hush behind hangar doors? Who signs the papers that gamble with lives? Which truths were grounded before they even ever wings? If you've ever buckled a seatbelt at 30,000 feet, if you've ever stared out of that tiny window and wondered who's really in control of the skies, it isn't just flight, it's power, it's politics, it's pressure sealed in steel. We're peeling back the clouds from runway risks to sky-high secrets. We're diving deep where most dare not to look. Aviation Scope, every Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Voice of the People TV. We don't just report, we reveal. We don't just ask, we uncover. Because when it comes to the skies, ignorance is turbulence. Aviation Scope, the sky isn't the limit, it's just the beginning.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People Television, where your health has a voice.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. And if you are just joining us, this is VOP This Morning. African Democratic Congress, ADC, has submitted that President Bola Tinubu may be nursing a personal fear over the developments in Venezuela, occasioned by the invasion of the country by the United States President Donald Trump. In a statement on Monday by its National Publicity Secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, the party added that it is embarrassing that the Nigerian government has not reacted to the happenings in Venezuela. Well, he argued that Nigerian government's choice of silence over happenings in Venezuela has nothing to do with neutrality. The party said it viewed the action taken by the President of the United States, Donald Trump, to arrest and bring to trial the President of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife as a timely warning and lessons to the Nigerian government in many respects. Abdullahi added that while the ADC supports the principles of sovereignty and non-interference in the internal affairs of other nations, the party believes that a government that holds its national laws in contempt and tramples on rights of its citizens opens itself up to external interference. According to him, recent developments in Venezuela is a caution to all dictators and election riggers, signaling that the world will no longer watch and be silent over such developments. We've been joined in the studio here in Lagos, where we are broadcasting from, by Mr. Elvis Elimihele. Mr. Elvis is a political and national affairs analyst. Good morning, Elvis, and thanks for joining us.
Okay. Good morning to you.
Beside him, we have Prince Francis Chilaka. Prince Chilaka is a public affairs and political affairs analyst. He is welcome to the studio. He's a member of the family. We appreciate your presence. Thank you.
Thank you.
And from our station in Benin City, we've been joined by Williams Edea. He's a public affairs and political analyst. He's also a member of the advisory committee, Obedient Movement in Edo State. And from Oka, we've been joined by Honorable Ejiofor Egbuato. He's one-time chairman, House Committee on Information, Anambra State House of Assembly. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. We appreciate your presence on VOP this morning. Okay, beautiful. Let's come to the studio and take it off from here. Elvis, ADC is saying that the president is silent on events in Venezuela. I mean, Venezuela is not even in Africa, it's not even in West Africa. It doesn't have contiguous borders with Nigeria. It's not our next door neighbor. And if you look at our foreign policy, the concentric circles, it radiates from the inner to the outwards. So why should it be ADC's concern that the president takes, seriously something that happens in faraway Venezuela, Latin America, as a matter of fact, South America? Why should ADC bother about whether the president speaks or not?
I think they are bothered because they believe that the world is a global village and our president is supposed to at least make a statement. But I just pray that ADC will not draw us into what we cannot manage. It will not draw President Tinubu into a bigger problem, bigger than what we already have on our hands. ADC is not doing anything good to Tinubu for asking him to speak in Venezuela matter, because we know where we are at the moment and we won't know where we are coming from. So please, they should leave Tinubu alone.
Briefly, tell us where we were and where we are coming from.
Do you know what led to this Venezuela? Now, part of those things that the U.S. released, electoral falsification, one of them, and the people are not enjoying the government. People have complained about the government. And look at, if you put those two, let's just, stay with those two.
Are there more?
There are more.
Like,
there are more. You know, I don't want to go to the other area. Maybe we'll get there later.
Okay.
But you know, if the drug matter, you know the drug, international terrorism, narcotic drug matter that they laid against the president. If you put all this on CETO parameter, Mr. Koro, is there anyone that we are free from in this nation?
Okay.
We are not free from any of them.
Okay.
So if you are not telling President Tinubu to go and be mediating in a matter, or go and speak in a matter that is bigger than what he can manage, you are inviting more trouble for him. These same people that went to pick a president from his sleeping bed, and before he knew, a president is already in detention in another country entirely, are people that are initiating our affair in our own matter now because we cannot manage our crisis internally. They are the one that came in and said, okay, we want to assist you to fight this terrorism. Then these same people have our dossier so much during the 2023 general election. They knew where we are coming from. With all the shenanigans that went through 2023 general election, with all the accusation of our president's involvement when he was in the US before now, then you are now calling that same president now to go and talk in these same people's matter. I think you are pushing him somewhere. ADC should leave our president alone because what we are managing at the moment now is enough. It's enough for us. Yes, it's enough for us. We have our house. Let us manage this one we have on our hands. On our hands, then, so that we not invite more trouble.
All right. Thank you, Elvis. The Prince, you've been giggling. Do you think that? Let's have your reaction.
Well, even me, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that Nigerian government has not responded. I remember in June, when Israel attacked Iran, Nigeria didn't waste time to condemn it. They came out, strongly to condemn the attack. So I'm surprised that something worse than what happened in Iran has happened. You go to his country and you pick up the president and in handcuffs and all of that, and Nigerian government is pretending as if nothing has happened. So it's worrisome, and that's why everybody's asking, where do we stand? Where does Nigeria stand? Considering the fact that right now we're having a collaboration with the American government. Are we going to support them or are we going to kick them out? These are issues.
Okay, doesn't it look like our silence means that we are in tacit support of what the United States has done?
No, we're too...
Because, I'm sorry, when we spoke out, against the Israeli attack on Iran, apparently we were trying to take sides with Iran. No, you don't hit another country. Now, we have a situation where United States has hit Venezuela and we are silent. Doesn't that portray the fact that, look, we are in tacit support of what United States has done?
Are you also aware that in some parts of Nigeria, people have been holding protests in support of Venezuela? Nigerians have been holding protests. So if that is happening, where do we start as a country? Where does Nigeria start?
Okay, now, what is if Nigeria hasn't spoken as a nation, but then ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African States, and Nigeria, of course, the president is basically the leader of ECOWAS, as it were, speaks up. For me,
ECOWAS is moribund. ECOWAS has never...
No, but ECOWAS
let me finish, please. ECOWAS has not done anything good to help Africa, to help its member states. ECOWAS has continued to support the impunity exhibited by member states. And so when ECOWAS speaks, they are speaking out of nowhere. Nobody takes ECOWAS serious anymore.
The question now is, if ECOWAS is speaking, is it not the same as Nigeria speaking?
It's not the same as Nigeria speaking.
Why so?
It's not the same.
ECOWAS is a regional bloc. It's a regional bloc. Nigeria is just one of them. So it's not the same thing. Let me tell you, like Prince has said, ECOWAS, what happened is Venezuela. If ECOWAS does not check the ECOWAS countries in this West Africa country, more of this will also happen in Africa. What are they doing? What are they doing in ECOWAS? What all this coup that took place in West Africa this year and last year. Are they not part of what led to what we see in Venezuela two days ago? Okay. What has ECOWAS done? If Ghana made statement, Ghana can make statement. Ghana did the election in December. Nobody went to court. Everybody accepted the election. It was credible. If Ghana is making statement, they have right to make statement because they have been able to sanitize their system to some extent, especially when it comes to electoral matters.
Okay, so apparently Nigeria is not speaking because it's caught in the web, you know, that...
Absolutely, absolutely,
no,
yes.
Nigeria is carrying a lot of baggage.
So much baggage.
So they're being very careful.
They're being very careful. Now, let's bring in our virtual guest into this conversation. Good morning to you once again, Honorable Ejiofor Egwuatu. Hello, Honorable Ejiofor, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. Beautiful, beautiful. I got your audio feed. Now, I would like for you to, what's your reaction to the fact that ECOWAS has made a statement about what went down in Venezuela, and we have a situation where our own president in faraway Europe, we don't even know where he is at the moment, has not said anything. And ADC is saying, look, Mr. President, you need to, why the silence? Do you think that the president, as a matter of fact, should, you know, weigh in on what is going on in far away South America? What's your reaction? What do you think?
I think the ADC should try and concentrate on building very strong political blocks around the whole country and get ready to be a stronger position in 2027. They should look inwards and find ways to build their capacity to become a stronger opposition. Maybe statements are more political than anything. A Nigeria that is swimming in very dark waters, a Nigeria that is having a plethora of issues surrounding it, including a very bad security situation. How do we expect them to, you know, rush into something that Trump is doing? You know what Trump has been to Nigeria in the past few months. So I think it will not be fair for us to think that President Tinubu, who is calculating the actions of America, will want to jump into issues concerning America and Venezuela without thinking well, without consulting well, without being very careful. So I think the ADC is trying to push the president into another crisis. So Nigeria has seen quite a lot of crises in the past few months.
Okay, and, okay. So apparently you are of the view that, look, it is good that the president stays out of commenting on Venezuela. Does it look like that's what you're saying?
Yes, something very close to that. I think Nigeria has a lot of problems for the president to really concentrate on.
Okay.
And try to bring out of these problems.
Now, a lot of people, Honorable, a lot of people believe that Nigeria and Venezuela have similarities. If you look at the real issues why America went to take out Maduro, that Nigeria shares, you know, those issues, shared issues like we have a situation of electoral fraud, our economy is tanking like that of Venezuela, and they say that, well, Maduro had turned the place into a narcotics hub, you know, for South America, and that they were doing a lot of damage to the American government. And if Nigeria shares those similarities, should it be a source of concern to people in government that, or to the presidency that America might, as a matter of fact, you know, also be angling for some form of regime change in Nigeria, one way or the other? Should it be a source of concern to these people in government and the president, as a matter of fact?
I think the president should concentrate on dealing with a whole lot of economic issues. There are so many economic issues bothering Nigeria, and I cannot really say for sure that you can compare it directly with what is happening in Venezuela. Nigeria today is not a narcotics hub. It hasn't been rated that way. Nigeria has very deep and frightening security issues. And recently, the American government have stepped in and collaborating with the Nigerian government, and a lot has been changing, a lot has been seen. And then there was an election in Anambra State recently, and it was free, fair, and credible. So I don't think Nigeria is in very close comparison with Venezuela. There are elections coming up in, I think, Oshun and all the rest of the states that are coming up before the general election.
All right, then. Well, it's basically we're talking about the broader picture, not state elections, not talking about the federal elections.
So we're trying to compare Venezuela with Nigeria.
Yes, there's a lot of comparisons that we can draw.
Yes, there are, but it is not a very close comparison.
Okay.
It's not really very close.
All right,
if Nigeria, let me finish this one. If Nigeria stands on the type of election that was conducted in Anambra, where results were immediately transmitted and not very clearly transmitted, and the INEC was very good, I think no country will challenge Nigeria.
Oh well, some would actually say it's a little too early to compare Nigeria and Maduro in Venezuela based on electioneering, because Maduro had been there or has been there since 2013 basically, and I think their election cycle is 5-year cycle. So even if he had done 2 terms, he should have been out by 2023. But anyway, let's bring Williams Ediaye into this conversation now. Williams, good to have you join us. Let's establish communication with you. Great. Now, quickly.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Is this a fair? Is it fair? Is it fair that the president of Nigeria is being, Nigerian government is being asked to comment on issues going on in Venezuela between the United States and Venezuela right now? Now, I want to get your view on that before I get on with my next question.
Politics aside, is not fair, because according to Nigerian foreign policies, the key areas, we are a non-aligned governments, non-aligned states. So I can't see Nigerian governments being as a non-aligned state. They are not aligning or trying to pitch tents with any of these nations who are in these disputes. You can stick to your foreign policy and say, okay, you're neutral. You don't need to support. You don't need to make any statements that want to put you in between or want to put you at the mercy of any of these nations. You understand? Because first of all, I think what is happening, it's supposed to be as an example to these third world nations that are being referred to as third world nations. Many years back, China, Singapore, even India, and then Brazil, they were nowhere they are today. They were referred to as third world country. And now the so-called superpower cannot just invade any of this country and do whatever that was done in Venezuela. So it is a call to all these nations that you need to fix your country if you will not want to see these kind of things happen. You need to fix your country so you can have a seat in the table with these superpowers. If France, for example, China even responded, and America didn't
China would respond. China is in business.
Yes, America didn't make it. So you can't expect a country. Yes, you can't expect a country. You can't expect a country that is trying to fix his own problem, so that it can be in a very better place as referred to in the world power to be meddling in these kind of affairs. They will come for you one way or the other. So it is better that the Nigerian government
Williams, we had a guest in the studio here who pointed out that when Israel hit Iran, Nigeria said something. When we had a situation where Israel and Hamas in Gaza had squabbles, Nigeria said something. So where went our neutrality at that point?
If you look at the issues, there are different issues. The peculiar nature of when Israel hits Gaza and Pakistan, as you said, there are different issues. Then if you discover, if you look critically how they responded, it's one as if they were taking sides. And then coming to Venezuela, this is a very different situation. This is like you are saying, do you want to make a statement to supporting a dictator? Or do you want to make a statement to malign or to blame Trump for invading the integrity of another country, the sovereignty of another country? I think it will suit you. Whatever side you are going to pitch tent is not going to favor you. I think it's best going to remain neutral and be silent on it.
All right, interesting that he mentioned China in all of this. Let's bring this conversation back to the studio now. China's involvement in all of this cannot be overlooked because China is basically in bed with Venezuela. with giving them loans for their oil and all of that. And we seem to have a similar situation in Nigeria. China's involvement here. Should Nigerians be concerned? Should the president?
The president should be concerned. Concerned in the sense that when you look at the things that have played out, like I said, Venezuela president from day one knew something was going to happen. Don't forget that a court in the U.S. had actually, passed a judgment on him. And there was a bounty. Don't forget, a bounty has been placed on him.
Prince, sorry, are you sure he knew it was going to come?
No.
Because it was the one beckoning on Trump.
See, let me tell you, this is the thing with leaders. They feel they are untouchable. They feel they're untouchable. And this whole English of sovereignty, people don't know where to draw the line. If you look at what happened in Venezuela, first and foremost, you'll find out that the people are happy. The Venezuelans are happy that their president, that shows you that they had a monster as a president. Now, if you look at, you're talking about relationship between China, Nigeria, China, Venezuela. What China gives you one loaf of bread and collects 50 back from you. You cannot estimate the amount of minerals moved out of this country on a daily basis to China. So, as far as Venezuela is concerned, China has lost its investment, it has lost its funds, it has lost everything. That's
the fact that the people are happy does that justify anything? Because if you want to, let's look at the issue of.
I'm not justifying. No, I'm not justifying. What I'm saying that it's a wake-up call for leaders.
Okay.
To know that, yes, they need to know that the people have given up their sovereignty to you.
Okay.
As the leader. The people expect you to protect their lives, care for them, provide food for them, provide good health for them, provide good roads for them. When you are not giving them these things, do you expect that those same people will support you?
There were multiple protests in New York yesterday. Those for the arrest and those against it. Like they were reacting right before Maduro and his wife were taken to court, where they pleaded not guilty. Now, let's also look at in other cases, like the Panama incident and Gaddafi's incident as well. America's involvement. Yes, people were happy at the initial state, but they did leave those countries better. Let's do this.
It never leaves any country better.
It never leaves any
country
better.
You know why? Because now there have been too many agitations. Too many. Everybody now wants to be in charge. Even though they said they've sworn in, what's her name?
Rodriguez.
Yes. But there'll be too many agitations. And for how long, the person that has been sworn in, for how long will America protect her?
Well, she can be there for 90 days, and then the
So the problem is nobody in his right mind would want his sovereignty to be tampered with. But when you open your doors, open your bands, what do you expect? And when it happens, there are going to be too many agitations. And those agitations, most times, leads to the decimation of the country.
Okay, Elvis, let's bring you back into this conversation. With what we see now, the way Nigerians are making this comparison between Venezuela and Nigeria, do you think that it will get to a point, looking at 2027, where America might just try to prompt a regime change, either through the ballots like they did in 2015? We are told that, look, America played very strategic roles in removing Goodluck Jonathan, like they did in Gambia when Yahya Jammeh won the election.
And Jammeh wanted to leave.
And at a point, he had to recant. And when the USS Navy set sail, in the Atlantic, he quickly had to run away. Do you think that Nigeria will get to a point around 2027 where we either see this form of regime change, either by taking out someone or by ensuring that, look, elections are free, fair, and credible? Can America pull that off?
Yeah, with what is happening in Nigeria at the moment now, I think it's a good formula. It's a good situation that we are going to experience in 2027 general election.
Good.
Yes, Because
Also.
yeah, because America is watching Nigeria now. That pronouncement that was made by Yakub Mahmoud that there was a glitch, something of that nature will not happen in 2027.
And if it does,
heads will roll. Something will happen. What happened in Venezuela now might likely happen. I see that.
I want to.
Yes.
I'd like us to, compare this a little more, and look at the U.S. position in all of this. Nigerians have been saying, "Oh, U.S., come help us, come save us. We have insecurity. We have this issue, that issue," and then we saw what happened on December 25, 2025. That bombing, whether or not it was in conjunction with the government of Nigeria, that can be, that can be argued. But U.S. involvement in all of this now. Let's look at Venezuela. The person being sworn in now is the vice. The cabinet members that Maduro puts there are still there. The Minister of Defense is his man Friday. He's very much still there. All right. Supporters of Maduro are very much still there. And does that mean that United States is interested in the welfare of the people of Venezuela? Should Nigerians, borrowing a cue from that, be excited if the United States say, look, we want to come and fight genocide on whatever level against whoever? Should Nigerians be excited saying that if the U.S. cares about its own benefits and what is going to make America great, not what's going to make any other country better, should Nigerians just find a way to fix their problem rather than wait on the United States to come save them?
We should have found a way to fix our problem before it became a global matter. We failed in that. It's because the war got cracked. That's why the lizard finds way in and find a hole.
Is this the salvation that we are looking for?
The salvation we are looking for now is not really the salvation, but because of the situation we find ourselves, we are seeing it as salvation now. Look at what is going on in this nation. In 2023, everybody, in 2022, the slogan in Nigeria was, go and get your PVC. Go and get your PVC. You see the number of people that are registered within a short period of time. Everybody was rushing to get PVC because we were told in that 2023 general election was going to be a game changer. That IREV has been introduced in, that we are going to be seeing what happens in other civilized world in terms of election. That's what's going to happen in Nigeria. So Nigerians were happy that this was going to be a change. With the beavers, with the IREV, with the bringing in the technology to the election, we're going to see change. Even when Mahmoud went to Chatham House, he still told the whole world that, yes, there was going to be change. And then on that election day, we saw that the National Assembly election were actually transmitted, and Nigerians were happy. What now happened to the presidential election?
There was a glitch.
A glitch just came, accidentally, just came, and that is the only explanation we got. There was a glitch. Nobody could tell us more than that. Then we just swallowed it. Then how long can we continue in that manner? If we cannot fix our home from what we are facing now, then when another person now interfere, then we must not complain.
You're going too far. When you say interfere, we have failed as a country to secure the lives and properties of Nigerians, and that is why you now see America and Israel saying, "Oh, we're not happy with it." It's because of the failure of government, failure of those you have given the responsibility. Look at the carnage that has happened over the weekend till yesterday. How many lives have been lost? How many people have been kidnapped? So these are issues that when you allow it to fester, you're opening yourself up.
Now, Prince, I like the fact that you brought us to this point. The issue that the fact that these terrorists, since the bomb blast, have doubled down. Does it look like America will clearly take these people out? How many of them recall too that certain apologists, of these terrorists have said that for every 10 you kill, we have 100 that are ready to join?
No, this is where the mistake came in. When America carried out the bombing, apparently in collaboration with the Nigerian government, where were your Nigerian military men? Are they not supposed to be on ground? They're supposed to have been placed at strategic points across the country to ensure that the ones who are fleeing, between the four of us here, none of us knew Sokoto was the headquarters for Lukarawa and all of that. None of us. After all, when Sokoto was attacked, they told us, it's an open field. They just went to waste their bomb. But later on, we started seeing footages and pictures and all of that. So when that happened, we had expected that the Nigerian military would have been on ground.
So is it going to be a one-off?
It's not going to be a one-off.
That brings us to the big question of they were in collaboration with Nigeria Armed Forces. That's a big question. Mr. Okoro, if we plan to go to Oshodi together and want to use my car, and eventually my car had issues, we are still going to look for a way to push my car aside and move together to get to our destination. If Nigeria was involved after that strike, Nigeria should have been able to place their military at strategic locations, knowing fully well that these people are in disarray and they might be moving. We still saw that even after the Israeli army has finished Hamas, bombed Hamas, some of them that were still in their trenches, after they moved in, when they were talking about, we are now, peace process has started, they were still there. So we are now hungry in their respective trenches in the hole, trying to come out. Israeli soldiers were not picking them because they were at strategic locations right there in Gaza. What happened to Nigeria Armed Forces if we actually in collaboration with the US?
You also heard that after that strike, a few days after the strike, that the Nigerian army came out to say, look, we have neutralized about 40-45 of these terrorists in the north.
It should be a continuous thing. They should not allow those. We have seen now that 39 were arrested in Ondo. Those who moved all the way from the far north down to Ondo by Amotekun. Amotekun is not an armed force. Not an armed forces. It's just a civilian organized body. So if Amotekun can do that, what happened to our armed forces? If really they were part of that strike, the America strike. So at this time, we needed them to double up their operations to be at strategic positions. Since these people are going to be moving, even because they even know some of their routes in that northeast and in that northwest, they know some of their routes.
Let me quickly bring something. When Nigeria said that they are the ones who provided the information. Why are they not using that same information in other states? Since America started the bombing, why didn't the Nigerian Air Force apply the same information to other areas? Why are they folding their hands?
They did say that they are monitoring the movement of the those that are escaping, the bandits that are escaping. Well, in continuation of this interview, this discussion, conversation, let's go back to Honorable Ejiofor now. Honorable, yes, let's come back to you. In all of this, China's involvement with Nigeria, loans given for oil and the rest, it's basically the same thing we are seeing in Venezuela, where loans were given. And America, Trump has made it clear that he will fix the issues of oil in Venezuela. And we know Venezuela is sitting on the largest deposit. It's on record. They are sitting on the largest deposit of crude oil in the world. Going by what we also have in Nigeria, do we see a gradual involvement, a gradual interference of American government? We've seen some people being released. One of them is Sunday Jackson, who was sentenced to jail. He was released. And a lot of people are saying it's because of America's involvement. Now, America, compared to Venezuela, America has also asked the new leader in Venezuela to release those that were detained unlawfully. And we hear that will happen in the coming days. Are we seeing a similar incident? Should Nigerians be happy at this, I ask you again? Or should we be troubled at the overall intention of America that may not be beneficial to the ordinary Nigerian at the end of the day? Although I understand that we've lost connection to Honorable Ejiofor. There's been a glitch there. Oh well. Let's go to Benin City now. William Sejaye, if you got the question, please respond. Do we have a glitch with you, Williams?
Yes, I'm back to hear you completely. There's been this distortion. I'm trying to complete everything I was.
While we wait for our technicians to fix that and get the network provider also to rectify that, let's bring back the conversation to the studio. Prince Francis, if you can, please react to the question asked.
Which of them?
The last one, should we be troubled at this? If you look at basically this clamor for oil.
Well, if when people say clamor for minerals, clamor for minerals, clamor for this, I ask the question, and it's very, very humble, simple question. Nigerians today, are we benefiting from the natural resources we have?
So should we allow somebody else to take
Are we benefiting? Are we benefit? Are Nigerians benefiting?
We benefit if somebody else takes it over.
Are Nigerians benefiting?
Takes it over.
No, are Nigerians benefiting?
I'm asking the question. We now benefit.
The point is, we are seeking for help to curb certain issues that is beyond us.
Okay.
So that help you're seeking for is not given free.
Okay.
After all, we're told that.
So something has to give.
It's not a la carte. You need to work for it. You need to pay for it. But the thing is, if in paying for it, we will have peace of mind, I'm in support of that.
Okay. All right then. Okay. Mr. Elvis Elimehele, let's get your concluding thoughts on this. Also, I mean, we can't avoid what's going on in Caracas and America. Yeah. America has said, look, Venezuela is a hub. From Venezuela, drugs have moved into America. But we know that, really, the drugs that get into America from Colombia
more. Yeah.
And Mexico. More than they get into America from Venezuela. If you want to relate it to what we have in Nigeria, is America using the guise of wanting to protect a particular religion to, go for Nigeria's jugular and grab what it can from Nigeria, like what it seems like they're doing right now in Venezuela?
You see, something will always happen that will lead to something. This Venezuela matter did not just start with Nicolas Maduro. It started with his principal that died in office, Hugo Chavez. And we know Hugo Chavez was very close to the Iranian government. And there were issues. And then, Iran was also trying to, Iran had been on the issue of nuclear weapon of building ever since. And since that time till now, Venezuela is the radar of America watching it. Coming to this drug matter, coming to this, what had just happened to Nicolas Maduro was, again, he now started fraternizing with the BRICS. And it became very close to the Chinese government that even they are using yuan to buy his oil for them to survive. And you know what that means to America and its economy? Petrodollar economy is still what is in vogue in the world when it comes to anything that has to do with crude oil, sales and sales. So ever since then, they've been stepping on toes. So if you just talk about drugs, it's not really the drug. The protection of America is that no country must push America out of petrodollar economy. That if you must buy oil in the world, it has to do with dollars. So that's one of the major offenses that Maduro mistakenly played into. But, he was also thinking that the BRICS could support him and protect him. Unfortunately, I saw a photo yesterday where the president of China gave him one telephone that he could use to monitor some whatever. you know. And at the end of the day, the presidential guard said they didn't even know that the person they were guarding was already in detention in the US. The night that night they came to pick him, which means all the technology he was relying from China failed when they came to pick him. So if we must have to, for now that we are still a member of OPEC and our petrol is still bought in dollars, not we are not.
But we've also taken loans in yen.
We're taking loan in yen, but we are going to settle that. That's loan. We are not deviated from this petrodollar economy that America will say no, it must not happen. I think that's the only respect we a little bit we have now, and that's even why they are still interested in our matters. Okay, let us come and help them to fight insecurity so that things can work out well, because we have not actually gone out of radar in terms of those things that will offend them in total. But I tell you, if we go beyond that, we might also be marked down, because every other parameter that made them to go into Venezuela, we are already guilty of them. Yes, we are already guilty of them. But the only thing is that we still respect that petrodollar economy that America so protects so much. That's the only thing that is still keeping us.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Now let's get into our second topic of discussion here. And we'll come back to Nigeria. We'll go to River State, where police have detained Port Harcourt pastor over alleged plot to assassinate FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and have intensified manhunt for ex-Rivers SSG. Join us again, we'll be right back.
Well, thank you very much for staying with us. Now, the political feud between the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has taken a dramatic turn following the arrest of a Port Harcourt-based medical doctor and pastor over an alleged plot to assassinate the former Rivers governor. Security sources told journalists that operatives of the Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team, IRT, arrested Dr. Tombari Joseph Benoil, a medical doctor and founder of Life Forte Chapel Church in Port Harcourt. According to the sources, Benoil's arrest followed the interception of a telephone conversation between him and the immediate past secretary to the Rivers State government, Dr. Tammy Danagogo. In the intercepted call, the suspects allegedly discussed plans to bring in Israeli nationals to carry out the assassination of Wike. The conversation reportedly ended with plans to approach Governor Fubara for funding to execute the operation. A senior security source described the content of the call as a grave national security threat, adding that it triggered the immediate intervention of the IRT. Now, following the intelligence report, operatives of the IRT, led by Commissioner of Police Ahmed Mohammed Sanusi, moved in and arrested Benoit. He has reportedly been in detention for about 2 weeks now. Security sources further disclosed that efforts are ongoing to arrest Danagogo, who is said to have gone underground since the matter came to light. Confirming the development, the Nigeria police said the suspect is currently in custody. Oh well. We still have with us Elvis Alimehele, Prince Francis Chilaka, and from our Benin station, William Zediaye, and from Olka, Honorable Ejiofor Igwatu. But let me start off with you, Prince, the Prince himself. The Prince himself. This is grave. This is a serious allegation.
My first intuition is, said the telephone conversation. How was it intercepted? Were these two persons bugged? Or was it that during the conversation, there was a third party that got a wind of it? We need to, it's not clear. The information put out there is not clear. It's not clear enough to say somebody should be arrested. But then, if somebody has been arrested, I believe that the doctor knows his rights, and the police will allow him to have his day in court. But looking at it politically, from all perspectives, one will be asking, what is it that a Wike wants in Rivers State? He wants to be an FCT minister. He wants to be a de facto governor. What does he want?
He says he wants to maintain his structure.
What structure? Did he bring that structure from his father's house? Did he build the structure?
But according to him, he built the structure.
What structure did he build? What resources did he use in building the structure? It is this structure that has kept Nigeria where it is today. And that is why people are ready to do anything to get into politics. Politics has become the norm. For you to get rich in Nigeria today, politics. For you to be powerful in Nigeria today, politics. Can't we have a peaceful country?
Prince,
why is it that the political class are the ones hitting up this polity and are the ones demarketing this country?
Prince, I'd like for us to do a little bit of history now. In 2015, Amechi was governor of Rivers State. Yeah. He reported to the APC. And so when he was leaving, he practically moved with the structure to APC. And that was how Goodluck Jonathan lost that election. Now, fast forward, that time, there was also this problem between Amechi and Wike, whom he sent to Abuja to go serve as Minister of State because he didn't want him to become the governor. So he pushed him out from the position of Chief of Staff, he pushed him out. Now, when Amechi left with that structure to the APC, Wike became governor and he built his own structure. I'm not speaking for him. I'm just saying, Wike says, look, I cannot build a structure. Another person will come and take that structure. I think that is the center.
Okay, I think when we talk about this whole thing about structure and we talk about Wike, the structure Wike claims to have built is PDP.
Okay.
And PDP has been decimated. By who? By a Wike. You cannot be in PDP as a man who owns PDP structure and you're attacking APC. The way it is right now, let's be honest with ourselves. The way it is right now, APC has come out to tell Wike, this is where your position is. I said it here before and I'll say it again. The leader of a party in any state is the highest ranking elected official of that party. If PDP, for any reason, if Efubara was still in PDP, and you now have a senator in APC, that senator automatically becomes the leader of the party in APC.
Prince, don't you think that the position you are stating is a position in principle, where you have a leader in the party at the level of the governor, and you have another person who is not a leader, but the person is in practical control of the structure?
What structure is it controlling?
27 local government, 23 local government chairmen, 27 House of Assembly members.
Wike is living in an illusion.
Are you conversant with what went down last week?
Within
the week?
Wike is
scores of people in the APC have been practically endorsing Wike. You are our leader.
They are politicians. Okay. They are hungry people. They will do anything. They will endorse even a dog. If a dog gives them 1 million, they will endorse the dog.
And that's the structure. These are the people who will go out and root for the president, for the minister.
Wait,
in 2020.
Let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the gospel truth. In APC today, in Rivers State, governor is APC. Wike has no say. By the time, go and write it down. by the time the party uses internal mechanism to give a second term ticket to Fubara, the Speaker of the Speaker of the State House of Assembly will kneel down in front of Fubara to get a return ticket. Go and write it down.
All right then, Mr. Elimehele.
Yeah, I think in all this, the Rivers people, I blame them so much.
I would also like you to, because we seem to have moved a bit from the main issue that someone wants to kill Wike.
Yes.
I would like for you to talk about that. Now, does it look like, well, they have the former SSG, they have this pastor, and now they are headed towards somewhere to link it with, at a point, we intended to bring in the governor to provide the funding. Do you think that they are actually aiming at, roping the governor into this problem?
Mr. Okoro, we saw this type of thing at the beginning of last year. What happened was that they said the House of Assembly that was burned down was Fubara that sent them to go and burn it down.
Okay. So at the end of the day,
at the end of the day, today, have you heard of that case again? So whatever is coming up now is just to heat up the polity of River State again. Probably he wants to orchestrate another evil,
state of emergency,
another evil on the Rivers people. That's why I went to Rivers people.
Okay.
The Rivers people have given Wike too much time to ride on them. Wike is just one person out of a population of almost about 6 million. And now that one person is telling the Rivers people, I have a structure. Did he bring the structure into this government house? People voted him before he had the structure. So that structure he managed for 8 years. He can't leave that structure for another person to also have the structure.
People voted him to have the structure, or he built the structure for people?
No. He never built any structure.
No
he was voted
so how did he win the election?
He won the election with the help of even the people. That's why
Not the help of the people. He won the election with the help of the former president.
And the former president. Remember, the former president's wife is from River State. So he got that structure through the people. So the people have not just given the whole of River State into the hand of one person to just be maneuvering them and manipulating them.
Are we trying to build something?
No.
There is no way he could have become governor if he didn't have the base.
What was the base? Don't forget that the wife of the president,
the governor was one that took him to Odili. We still have those videos and said, this is your man. From there, Odili picked him up. Remember, Odili was the first governor, 1999 to 2007. So Odili still has the pedigree in that state.
Now people have just stated the structure that he's talking about.
Is he the owner of the structure?
He's not the owner. If there is anybody to claim structure, it's Odili should be talking of structure. Who started it?
Okay, maybe Odili handed over the structure. Let's bring in our virtual guest. Let's reconnect with Williams there. Williams, can you hear me?
I can hear you very clearly.
Oh, okay. Now, beautiful. We have gone to River State where we are discussing the issue of an assassination attempt, a plot to assassinate the FCT minister, and people have been roped in. Well, they also say that at a point we intend, I'm sure you have followed the conversation. Now, let's have your reaction. Do you think that this is make-believe, or is it a make-up? Is it aiming at? Do you think it is real, or they are trying to orchestrate something, to cause another problem in River State? What will it be for you?
Yes, it's as simple as that. The man Wike is already afraid, being that he was able to put the young man Fubara in a very tight corner, as you will say, and then discovering that, okay, since he went into that negotiation with the president and he got the suspension lifted and also became the member of the ruling party as per the negotiation also. Because I know that magnitude of suspension cannot be lifted if there is nothing as serious as being decamping to APC happened. And now he's not favoring the governor. And if you put both of them side to side, he's no longer in the side of Wike. He can't favor Wike anymore. So the best thing for him to do is to make sure that he returns back to how it was before. So there will be issues. You want to make sure that he distracts him totally to make sure that he doesn't have the time and the power to also take that structure for him. Now, talking about structure, you remember that he was also introduced to a former governor, Peter Odili, then trying to unseat Amechi, who was the then sitting governor, who also fought. This issue has been with Rivers over the time, who also fought to seize that same structure for Peter Odili. And then when Wike came in, also did the same thing. Fought Wike, took land and sink out. In fact, used everything possible to make sure that he frustrated Amechi, and he did. Collected it from Amechi and became the owner of the structure, as he would say.
I'm sorry, Williams. When we talk about orderly handing over the structure, orderly handed over the structure to Amechi when Amechi became governor, isn't it? Now, when Amechi was leaving the PDP to the APC, he walked away. Wike had to practically build his own. That is the point that Wike is making, not me. Wike himself making.
You will say, see, there's something you must understand. No matter how you are going to put it, when you talk of structure, talk of godfathers, talk of people who had to say, who you will go and meet to say, okay, it is Nigerian politics, it's the politics of Africa. People that will go and meet to make sure that, okay, this is the person that should take that we have anointed to be the next governor. These people were there. They also supported the orderlies. They also supported Amechi. Of those people, it means that you have already won them over, and they are the structures. They are the one who command the people. They are the one who be in the street to make sure that they have their voice and whatever is the money and whatever it is to make sure that the people are on their side. Amechi did the same thing. He did the same thing to Amechi. Collected it. These same people were also on his side. It got to a point that he could never allow the first lady to enter the state rivers. Then Jonathan was for far away China. He had to make call to say, okay, please allow this woman to enter the state. It was so serious at them. So now you are now in the same position. Why are you so afraid? Why is it becoming an issue? Why you don't want to face the same thing that you cause other people to face? Now the young man is in APC. Definitely he is the senior ranking officer in that state, in the ruling party. He's the governor, so I don't see how you are going to defeat him. I don't see how you are going to make sure or frustrate him not to get the second term ticket. And if he did, succeed again, it means the governor does not even know his onions, does not even know the kind of favor that he's in right now.
All right, let me ask you this. And then
so now, being that, okay, now what is he doing? What is he still doing in Rivers? He is the minister of FCT. Insulting people, making statements, inciting the issue, causing the same House of Assembly members to not see the governor in the bad light.
He's from
then
that
there will also
state,
be
so
problem.
he can be interested in the politics going on there. Is there anything wrong in that?
The time frame is the issue. He said you are playing politics, and now you remember there's this other issue trying to come up, whereby he's also trying to prepare his son to be a member of House of Assembly, House of Representatives of Obia Park. So a lot of things are playing on to make sure that this man wants to make sure that he just be there, he just wants to sit there, whatever it is of River State. And it's not possible. You give that to people. Allow these people to also rule yourself without interference, much interference. You have an office to run as the Minister of FCT. You are supposed to be there doing that. Now, it's not so difficult and worse for him that the APC have declared that you are not a member of APC. The PDP, they denied him. The fact they suspended him.
Does that
so
mean,
where is he now?
You know, some have said that Wike is finished politically. Do you share that same view?
Politically irrelevant anymore. His relevance has been whatever it is in Rivers and in the federal level is gone totally. Because now the PDP are in the winning side. He's no longer a member of the PDP, expelled. APC, you're not there as an APC member. They've also declared that you're not a member of APC. So who are you now?
Is Wike?
You see, it's not becoming so difficult for him.
He remains yes or Wike. All right. Yes, please.
Does not belong to the birds, and it cannot be counted as an animal on the ground.
And he's in support of bats.
So let me tell you, at the moment, he is not in PDP. PDP has expelled him. And APC have just told him, you only invited him into our executive leadership. You are not a member of APC. And that is a big question for him to answer. Look at that statement from the secretary of APC. When I read it, he finished everything he wrote there. He spoke the truth. This man was in Rivers about 3 weeks ago to commission some projects. And he saw what Fubara was doing on ground. And he said, you deserve a second tenure because the people are happy with you and you are giving them the dividend of democracy. This man was just restored back on the 18th of September after the 6 months emergency rule. And since then, throughout December till this moment, he's commissioning projects. Just because he heard of that, he hurriedly, on a panic mood, left Abuja and ran to Rivers and now begin to do a thank you visit. Is it now we'll be talking of thank you for election of 2 years and 6 months gone? Is it now he just woke up to now that he wants to go and start thanking the Rivers people? So Wike, at this moment, should even tell Nigerians that this is the party I belong. He has no political party. And I want to see whether APC will trade Wike, I will trade the Fubara for Wike.
Impossible.
If they do that, which means they also have manlined their own arrangement of their constitution that says the governor of the state is the leader of that state. And again, an incumbent, for that matter, every other person you are seeing that's seen around him, seen around Wike, like Prince said, it's just a politics of so much infrastructure. Especially this period. We all know what January and December and January is. Everybody that you see in those rally, they must have been tipped.
Well, he's always saying, he said something about agreements.
What is the agreement?
What is the agreement?
What is the agreement?
Agreement is agreement. What is the agreement?
What is the agreement?
No, you see,
the agreement to pass. The agreement Fubara have with the people of Rivers State is to give them dividend of democracy. Any other agreement that is outside that is null and void.
No, but you also remember, that there's this news that Wike wanted them to approve some money for the supplementary budget, which was sometime in December last year. And the governor said no. And that is the heat of all this thing. The governor said no, that I already have money that I'm spending. I do not need a supplementary budget. How can you leave FCT as a minister and you come to the state, you want to dictate, you want to be the one to sign the check, you want to be the one to tell the governor who to appoint? See, I'll say this again. By March this year, you will see that a Wike will become completely irrelevant.
Prince, I want to ask this question. You see, a lot of people believe that, look, both the pot and the kettle, that they are the same thing. We all know the history of Sim Fubara, how he got to the position of accountant general, how he helped the governor do certain underhand tables, under table hands and all of that. How the governor also hid him when EFCC came in the government house for a period of time, and now he rewarded him for the position with the position of governor. Now, between Wike and Fubara, in all that happened in the past 10 years, 11 years in River State, who is the sense between the two?
Please, point of order. You say he rewarded him. He didn't reward him.
No, he did.
No, please. This is where this is what is making Wike's head to be big. He didn't reward him.
Prince, he did.
He didn't reward him.
Prince.
Okay, so what do you mean? How?
He supported him to be a governor. It's not a reward.
That's a reward.
It's not a reward.
Wike said, without me, nobody. He said, without me, nobody from your area,
that is
you will not be governor.
That is where the problem has always been. When you allow people to take accolade for everything, that's where the problem lies. For the fact that you helped your campaign for him to become... See, I'll give you a typical example. I remember when the governor of Zamfara Sani, Yerima, when Yerima was leaving office, I'm privy to this. Yerima did not want his deputy to take over.
Shinkafi,
Mahmoud Shinkafi. Yerima wanted Abdulaziz, who was then the party chairman, to become governor. Shinkafi comes from the Caliphate. He went to the Sultan, they called Yerima, settled, and Yerima campaigned for him to be governor. Those 4 years, Mahmoud Shinkafi was governor. Yerima did not interfere. Let us be honest with ourselves. Yerima did not bother himself with what was happening in the state. Even though Yerima is the one who made him governor. So why would Wike's own be different?
So you not admit that someone can make another person
Why would Wike's own be different?
Prince, you not admit. Okay, how will Wike's own be different? So you have just admitted that, look, Wike made Fubara governor.
No, he campaigned for him.
So between the both of them, between two of them, who is the saint?
Yeah, but none of them is a saint. None of them. Because Fubara has not come out openly to Rivers people to say, this is the agreement for Wike is talking about. Wike has not come out to tell Rivers people, this is the agreement I entered with Fubara.
But we've learned that one of it is that he will not contest for a second term.
Is he God?
Is it the people?
Is it the people?
I think that's the later day agreement. The agreement we are talking about is the initial agreement, right?
Well, let's bring Honorable Ejiofor Egwatu into the conversation. I understand that we've rectified the issue with your audio. Honorable,
I can hear you well.
The politics in Rivers State, yes, Rivers State politics. We've been talking about this since 2023, and it feels like we'll talk about it up until 2027. Well, what's your reaction to what's going on right now? Wike's influence, as it were.
You can see that Wike is getting frustrated. His influence is dwindling fast. So he's getting frustrated. That's why he's attacking everybody. Imagine warning a national secretary of a party. The national secretary of a party is the administrative head of the party.
What if he officially moves to the APC before March 2026? Would that give him,
APC, he comes under the governor who is already the #1 citizen of the state and the #1 APC member in Rivers State. He is under the governor. The minister is not against the governor when it comes to party.
Now, those that have supported Wike all along, that have moved to the APC already, are saying that, look, yes, the governor is the governor, but it is Wike we will follow. Wike is still our leader. Now, though they are in the APC,
in an illusion.
Pardon?
They are living in a land of fantasia Magoria, a fantasy island, because the governor of the state is the leader of the party in that state. Who line and saying, can nobody changes that?
Thank you.
When the chiefs are down, all of them will come to that same fact. Now,
wasn't the governor the leader of the party before the state assembly decided to impeach him? Before they started having issues?
Today, the state assembly can no longer cough because all of them are in the same APC.
They were all in the same PDP at that time.
No, they had left.
Yeah.
No, at that time.
They had left.
No, the constitution said they didn't.
Now
they didn't leave.
Now they are all in APC. So if there is any rift between them, the national leadership of the party intervenes and hands down instructions. If you are a part of this party, this is what you will do. And there won't be any issues again. And you can hear what Fubara said. He said some people know how to dance in public, but when they go inside the house, they cry. You understand what he's saying very well. It is not about dancing in the public. Fubara is delivering. Anybody that visits the state looks at the infrastructure development he's doing, the projects that he's commissioning. He's delivering what the people need. Now, once he's delivering what these people need, it will take a lot of things for anybody to dislodge him. Now, the fact that Fubara has not been playing the hard part of politics openly like that doesn't mean that he cannot do it. The governor of the state has enormous political influence. Enormous political influence to wield. I mean, the minister cannot overwhelm the governor unless the governor decides to. The minister cannot overwhelm governor.
Now, one last question before we wrap up this conversation. Do you think if Wike doesn't get what he's gunning for, do you think he will make things difficult for President Bola Tinubu in Rivers State? Does he have the capacity to make things difficult for the president in 2027? Do you think the president will allow that if he does have the capacity?
I don't think there is a President Tinubu, being a former governor who understands what a governor can do. I don't think he will ever want to trade a governor for a minister. Not at all. Not in an election as critical as the 2027 election that seems to be very. It's going to be very.
You think he will allow Wike to sing? Because Wike,
allow
of course,
Wike
knows
to
how to sing and call names.
And you could see the alignments and realignments that are happening in Rivers State today. From the Odele is a big political law in Rivers State. And with all of them coming together, a senator, one of the former senators was appointed, was given an NNPC appointment recently too. So there are forces gathering to make sure that
Oh my goodness, we just lost connection to virtual guest, Honorable Ejiofor Egwatu. Unfortunately, well, this is where we wrap up this conversation, but we will continue this conversation in about 10 minutes where we get into newspaper review. We'll also be talking about Yahya Bello, being said to be innocent until proven guilty. So, this is for the 80.2 billion naira fraud case against Yahya Bello. That's another issue that we will visit during newspaper review. I must say very big thank you to Honorable Ejiofor Egwatu for being part of the program. William Tajaye, thank you very much. We expect that you will stay with us into newspaper review. Prince Francis Chalaka, thank you for your contribution. And also Elvis Elime Hele. Well, we'll get into newspaper review in about 10 minutes, and then we'll look at some of these stories. Yahya Bello declares, EFCC declares Yahya Bello innocent of 80.2 billion naira fraud case until proven guilty. That's what it is. Well, we'll get into all of this 10 o'clock during newspaper review. I'm Moses Humphrey. Join us again at 10.
And I'm Chukuma Koro. See you again. Bye for now.
Extraordinary. Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We bring in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Hey guys, what's up? How you all doing? They call me Ovisha Nelson One, your number one celebrity host, and you are watching Voice of the People Television, VOP. Stay tuned.
Uyi Osarate is my name. I am a friend of the microphone, Voice of the People TV. That name is unique, and the brand is very sweet. I like the packaging. Picture qualities, camera qualities, and then of course, the quality of human beings that I see sometimes on your channel. I talk and get paid, and I look forward to being in your studios.
Oh yes, you are on to Voice of the People TV. Live here in Benin City, the cradle of black civilization. What are you waiting for? Tune in, bro.
VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live